Surprise opening up. No, not a surprise as in a shock. A pleasant surprise. And I feel it coincides with the doctor's appointment. Okay. I've got the Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck. And I'm feeling that as being an action that comes out of the blue from another person. But it's a happy one. It's a joyful one. Who's writing? Someone's either keeping the books, as in ledgers. Dana, welcome in. Someone's either keeping the ledgers or writing a book. Can you understand this, Evelyn? I feel you can. I'm just not seeing it clearly enough. Sort of, but not really. I'm not seeing, as I said before you typed that, I'm not seeing it clearly enough. I know that it's keeping track of things or writing things down, and I'm not seeing it clearly enough. Then I feel include in it gratitude. Like, even if you flip to the back of your journal and write down 3 things you're grateful for every day, there's a positive change. Yeah. I feel there's a positive change, but I feel since last week there's been a positive change. It's like one step forward. So keep coming back, Evelyn. Yay! I'm so happy. Yeah, you've gone from 10 of Wands to 7 of Cups. So that to me is a change for the better. So keep working at it, Evelyn. You can do it. I know you can. Now, okay. I think you're pushing it 1,000%, Evelyn, but you're doing good. Oh, you're more than welcome, and thank you for keeping your promise, Evelyn. You did drop back in. And Charlie, you are up next. And Blue Moss Dragonette joined the queue. Fastest finger first. It's how it's working today. So, I do have to shout out a fellow Aussie. Because I hijacked them. They just started streaming as I started streaming, and New Zealander originally, but a fellow Aussie nonetheless. Blue Light Oracle. If you're not already following them, follow them. They are one of my recommended channels for when I'm not streaming. And, okay. Hola, Charlie. Now, let's see what... I feel as if the sun's come out for you, Charlie. I feel as if somebody is listening to your dream and understanding it. And I get in real life, not online. Can you understand that, Charlie? Somebody is listening to your dream and understanding it. Whoops. That was me. That wasn't any divine guidance. I feel as if you've talked to someone about water storage. It might be somebody at a store or... but they're understanding it. Yeah. Okay. You've definitely taken charge of your own situation, Charlie. You had hoped that somebody would assist you. Yeah, you had hoped that there would be someone to walk by your side. I feel eventually there will be, but it's a building rather than quick. Magician. Yeah, you're manifesting somebody to walk by your side. As in a partner. And yet someone who is not needy. Okay, a lot of swords here. You know what I'm talking about here, Charlie. Thank you, Stahar, for the hydrate. I could do with a coffee. And I do know that Charlie rewatches the VODs with closed captions. I do feel disappointment here. But it's not going to be the disappointment that you're thinking of. You're thinking of a solo journey. I'm seeing different. I'm seeing magic happen. Just when you think it's done and dusted, up comes a surprise. But you want somebody who walks beside you and isn't dependent on you. It's a big ask and you're feeling like it doesn't exist, but I'm here to tell you just... I feel it may have kept you up at nights. Just have fun is what I'm getting. Just live your life and have fun with it. And I feel as if the right person will cross your path. I feel someone who is more into camping than shopping. Don't get me wrong, this person actually does enjoy staying at luxury places, but If you ask them to pick between camping and shopping, they'd pick camping. And they're actually quite devout. Whatever faith they follow, they're very devout. They honor their faith. But right now, you're stuck in, I don't think that person exists. That's where you're stuck. And don't worry, Charlie, I've had the thought of, maybe I was born in the wrong generation. Maybe I should have been born like in the 50s or something. But every generation has their pitfalls, their perils, and their rejoicing. You know, anyone born just before World War One would have seen war, depression, war, rebuilding. You know, you think of generations that have come before us. There's people who had to share an outdoor lavatory with an entire block of other houses. And they all shared the one toilet. And in today's day and age, people actually see that as ooh. But to a lot of people in generations past, that was the norm. Yeah. You will actually find somebody who resonates better with you. I feel as if they're still in your energy. The past person is still in your energy. But just have fun. The right person will cross your path. I feel as if you're doing it solo. I've got quite a few swords right in the middle, so I feel as if you're doing it solo for a period of time at least. And hopefully that resonates, Charlie, because I am getting true success. It's like true success is when we have success in our dreams, you know, what we dream for in life. We have success in several different areas of life. That is true success. But just think, Charlie, doing it solo sometimes, particularly the awkward parts, you get to lay the foundation. Just make it a strong foundation. A lot of people think going it solo is a negative thing. It's not. Because you get to lay the path for the other person to come and meet you. So make it a strong path. But I feel like dreams are coming true, Charlie, so keep persevering. It may be a little while that you're doing it solo, but keep persevering. Yes, you can redeem an oracle. Just press that little button. Channel points button. And you let me know which one. It's 13th Oracle, Vintage Wisdom, Sign of the Times, Law of Positivism, Magic of Unicorns, Energy and Spirit. You get to choose which one, Charlie. Energy and Spirit. Okie dokie. Now, this is by Sandra Ann Taylor. And we'll see what comes up, because the full oracle actually gets you a Karen version and the author's version. Okay. My guide just said shuffle now. Okay, I'll shuffle now. And I don't take flip outs. For those new to my stream, I don't take flip outs. I shuffle very poorly. But I always show it just in case it turns up. So, Archangel Raguel. I really don't think it's going to be that one, but we'll see. Another one came out, but that was me. Has anyone else seen people shuffle cards and actually deliberately flip one out? Or is that just me? I'm glad Scorpio's seen it. It's like, sometimes you can tell and it's like, you got to be kidding me. Spirit did not do that. I've seen when Spirit does it and it's not like that. And I've got a friend who takes flip outs. So, and a spiritual friend at that. Okay, here we go. I knew my guide was ready. Archangel Zadkiel. I feel like you've had this one before, Charlie. Because I get that there's a purity and a parenting energy that goes with this card. So I see as part of your dream, is actually to be a parent. And I feel like you may have a time schedule or it timed out. But we'll see what the card says. So it's what I was impressed with. Zadkiel is the angel of compassion and forgiveness. And he brings an important message about your attitude towards yourself. If you tend to be too hard on yourself or relive your past mistakes with shame and self-reproach, Zadkiel showers you with the light of love and self-forgiveness. This card reminds you how your self-perception influences your energy. If you're quick to fault yourself, your energy becomes darkened with your own disapproval, and that darkness returns to you. But Zadkiel is a supremely loving being, and he's longing for you to forgive and accept yourself, no matter what you may have done in the past. Treat yourself with compassion and be encouraging in your self-talk. You are a child of God, and you deserve your own loving acceptance just as you are. And the affirmation that goes with this card is, Zadkiel brings loving compassion to my life. I completely release the past and I forgive myself and others. And I feel, Charlie, that is your energy at the moment, is trying to forgive others. Because part of you is saying, I've ended up here, now I have to make the best of it. Why did that person have to do that? And it's like you're defending yourself. And Kingmaker, hello, welcome in. So hopefully, Charlie, that resonates with you. My guide said, of course it does. Cheeky Karen has to have a cheeky guide. And I was talking about this to... I was discussing with another spiritual person, and they're believing a certain energy is somebody else thinking of them. And I said, no, it's you. It's your energy. And like in terms of spiritual development, I've been on a development path for many years. And this friend of mine has been inconsistent, shall we say. And so they're judging themselves on never having met their guide. And then in the next sentence, they're telling me that their guide is like they get a tingly feeling down one arm. I'm like, you've met them, you just haven't met their last incarnation. Because we would be silly in thinking our guides have only ever had one incarnation. Our guides have had many incarnations. So, and we're matched with a guide that suits us. And sometimes they have to work pretty hard. Have you ever seen those memes where it says, the third emoji you've used is the face your guardian spirit pulls? And it's like, mine would be scratching its head, throwing arrows and and then having fun with me later. So it all depends on the individual. Okay, and Peachy, you are up next. And Dana was fastest finger first. There you go, Wonderosity. Hey, Peachy. Okay. No, my guide said no. I got to go with what my guide says, because I'm feeling like, Peachy, things have really turned around for you, and I feel as though you might be on a 3-day break from something. As we're talking, I feel like you might be on a 3-day break. Just let me know if you can understand the 3-day thing. Till next Monday. Then it's either you've knuckled down the last 3 days. There's something about 3 days. Okay. I'm going to lay out cards if you don't mind, Peachy, because I'm getting it. You don't want the vacation to end. I feel there may be an interest from a romantic interest that has just presented itself. And I kept getting 3 days before I turned over the card. So it may have been 3 days ago an interest presented itself on the romantic front. And I can accept that this may be a past person. Ah, there you go. I feel it was 3 days ago from what my guide kept telling me before I turned over the cards. 3 days had something to do with it. I feel they could be a water sign. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I'd err on Scorpio actually, but I don't have any reason to say it. But they're a person, they're Gemini, their words match their actions, and it surprised you. I can accept it from a Gemini too. My dad was a Gemini. It's a pity I didn't realise how amazing he was until after he'd gone. But that was because of the thing I have the most respect for him for. But that's too many. I feel words and actions match here, but you're still questioning. You're still questioning. Why are you still questioning, Peachy? Because I got the 9 of Cups on the bottom. And let's see. Balanced. Yeah, I can. Hardworking. And the Sun. You don't have to lie to me, Peachy. I'll take the truth any day over somebody saying, oh, yeah, that's right. But I do want to say it came like a soccer punch. You know, a gut punch. And I feel as though this person has not stopped being on your mind since. And yet if you have a look at all the things they've done for you as a friend, I feel like they've done all those things for you because they've always wanted more than friendship. And it's not too soon to start a relationship. I feel like you've known this person, let's see if I can, 2 years. It's either 9 months or 2 years. January, 9 months. There you go. I got it in before the type thing came up. So it was either 9 months or 2 years. 9 months. So there you go. But I feel every single action they've ever taken was to show you that they're genuine. And I feel as if even in the friendship since January, they've actually been faithful to only you. So you've known them 9 months. They've been themselves as a potential partner. they haven't been looking around anywhere else. And I can tell you, I had a friend that was a friend for many years, and they were always looking around everywhere else, so I didn't even think. How many people just send memes? Seriously. I've known complete conversations to go 3 months with just memes. I honestly believe that once they had their sights set on you, they didn't look elsewhere. And I had a friend of mine who'd been a friend for years tell me that they'd always wanted to get together with me. And it's like, but they kept hooking up with all these other people. The person you're dealing with has done none of that. Hasn't even looked elsewhere. And I feel like they went to the extra effort because you were actually stuck on a technical issue. I feel they went to the extra effort to research it to get you the answer because you were stuck on a technical issue. Have a think back to one of the first conversations you had. I believe it'll be in there somewhere. But that's what I have for you, Peachy. You know, my guide never gets me to change anything. My guide keeps everything the same. Hey, Scorpio. My guide wants me to use the Light Seers Tarot. I feel as if you've started seeing the darkness of humanity. And welcome into the Q Wonderosity. There you go. You're trying not to be mistrustful, but it's creeping in. Yeah. I feel as if someone may have used you to get their success. You know how they can do that? They can... It's almost like mimic your successes to get their success. And it's like you put a lot of effort into it. I feel as if this is online presentation somehow. Okay, let me just see the next row. Okay. No. Okay. I feel it could be social, Scorpio. I feel it could be social. They've mimicked you for their own social success. There you go, 10 of Cups. I feel as though they connected to you and mimicked you to get what they wanted. No, I'm getting more of a feeling you may have connected online, but I'm getting a feeling they've used it in real life. Yeah. And don't worry, we've all been there. I put together a presentation, and because I was asked to mention the topic of my presentation and where my research came from, I had somebody piggyback on the same research and do a presentation a month earlier. But I feel as if you're going to have the last laugh here. Yeah, I can't believe I've got the Wheel of Fortune, the World, the Three of Pentacles. The stability is yours. I feel because they haven't put in the work that they're not going to get the rewards. You may have been dealing with a Leo here or someone August birthday. Okay. My guide said I need another couple of cards. I feel it's someone you've known for a number of years. Thank you, Star, for the hydrate. You understand what I'm talking about now, don't you? You've known them for a number of years. Yeah. And it's like, how sick can a person be to copy you when it's not them? And I feel there's some sort of competition socially here. As if there might have been someone you were working to a better connection with, and they've snuck in. It's going to turn on them. You feel sorry for the other party involved, but at the same time, it's like, nah, this is just sick. And yes, the other party involved does have to wake up to themselves. Oh, I'm sorry you had to go through this, Scorpio. Yeah, but that's all you can do is hope that they do wake up. However, you need to get out of this. Because it's like they're milking you for information on how to keep being you. And I'm glad. Because once they don't have your information, they'll have to show who they really are. No interaction, actually. Because now that you have left, they have to be themselves. They can't copy you anymore. So once they have to be themselves, the world is going to see this argumentative, lazy, what other adjective can I use? There's not much more. Because they're argumentative, lazy, stubborn, toxic, really. And they've got away with it because they've mirrored you. They've never got away with it before. And they won't get away with it in the future. And for you, that stability you're seeking is still there. I've got the Four of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So the stability you're seeking is still there for you. Yeah, but sometimes we don't get to see karma. We just have to trust that the karma bus is traveling round. And when you do exit out of a person's energy, which I hope you have, sometimes you don't get to see it. You just have to trust that it's going to happen. I'm not talking about you, Kingmaker. I would have picked up that energy. Don't you know I pick up energy from handles? But I want to say this little hiccup here, Scorpio, has not stopped your dreams from happening. Okay, which oracle would you like? I've got Vintage Wisdom, Sign of the Times, Law of Positivism, Magic of Unicorns, Energy and Spirit, or 13th Oracle. No. I don't feel they're close enough to your energy to interfere with any future stuff you do. Sign of the Times. Okay. Dizzy AF deck. But I feel as if whatever card comes out is going to mention something about karma though. But I feel your joy is not stopped by this person. It's like they've got you thinking they can do real damage. Unless they've got someone to mimic, they can't do any damage at all. They've got zero personality of their own anyway. And trust me, as a dating person of 58, I can tell you now that you become pretty savvy with all the people out there that are watching YouTube videos. It's like, seriously, you're giving me a line from a YouTube video? Nah, next. If you're wanting to meet a genuine person, you got to get pretty savvy about who's doing what. And the amount, seriously, love is not something you can learn from a YouTube video. Unless it's how to be a kinder person in modern times. And that's just in general. And that's why I recommend Coffee with Kerry. Because none of what I've seen says be any different than who you are. Oh, a line from a YouTube video sounds like, I don't think I can think of one line. I don't think I can think of a one-liner. But it's like all those people where there's no follow through and see, I'm doing it in real life. I'm not doing it online. So it's a bit easier. Like instead of saying surprise the person with flowers or something like that, it should be find out if the person is comfortable even knowing your address this early on. Because I've learned to actually check the backs of, in Australia, on the backs of people's driver's license, they have the month and year of birth. No other identifiers, but I always make sure I see the back of their driver's license. Because I've had people lie about their age. Seriously, if it's going to go forward, I'm going to find out. Okay. Mirror, reflection. As I said, this person was mirroring you. It's like, let's see. I'm interested to find out now. All flash, no substance is what my guide said, but we'll find out what Crystal Banner has to say about this one. Who are you? You may be asking yourself this question. The card holds an energy of depth and discovery. A mirror, a still puddle, a disco ball. These surfaces all reflect exactly what is put in front of them. I feel this is who you've been dealing with, actually. And this card is encouraging you to do the same. Keep being yourself. Take a few moments for yourself and tap into your situation, thoughts, and emotions. Day-to-day responsibilities can often distract us from taking the time to go within. So make that time. This card signals contemplation and the type of productive reflection that brings epiphanies. Epiphanies are like the light bulbs in cartoons. You are developing a deeper understanding and acceptance of yourself. Of course, if somebody wants to copy you, you're pretty much awesome anyway. This can manifest as taking time out for self-care, meditating more often, or writing a journal. Give yourself grace as you reflect on your life and how far you have come. Just be careful not to fall in love with your own reflection. That's narcissists. Narcissists fell in love with their own reflection. And I feel like that's who you've exited. But anyway, Crystal Banner keeps going on with, let's see. Okay, to fall in love with your own reflection, that you stop seeing the beauty in the world around you. And the signs and symbols, they're calling out to you, guiding you. Time alone brings clarity. Deepen your connections with others. Focus your attention on yourself and your needs. So I feel like the narcissist person is behind you, Scorpio. Now you need to focus your attention on your needs, your desires, and also focus on the fact that you do see beauty in others. Whereas anybody copying you can't copy that unless they have it within themselves. Now, I'm trying to get an answer to Kingmaker's question about what does a line from YouTube look like? Oh, typical player stuff, really. Like, I'm old enough to know who the players are. Yeah, no worries, Janine. So Scorpio, focus on your own needs, your own energy, but don't stop seeing the beauty in others around you. No, it's one of those things that I've been lied to about somebody's age. Seriously, if you're thinking long-term relationship and the first thing you do is lie about your age, it's actually an insult to me because I'm not ageist. But it's also, seriously, at some point I was going to find out, wasn't I? Oh, Kingmaker, I know you would treat me like gold. I prefer to think of myself as white gold because it's softer. And like I might seem hard on the outside, but I'm a softie. Okay, I need to reverse that. And I think somebody told me this. There we go. Was it you, Scorpio, that taught me this? To rotate? I am a mod. Yeah, I did it. I think I did it. No, I didn't hit enter. There we go. Yeah, done. Blue Moss Dragonette, thank you for that. Teaching me that, Scorpio. I will have to go in and make you a mod, but I've got to make sure I can remember. This is the trouble with getting older. You forget things really quickly. You got too much other stuff going on. Okay, Blue Moss Dragonette, it is you. You're welcome, Scorpio. And just remember, someone can copy you, but they can't be you. And it's like all the advice on YouTube videos. They're giving their own personal opinion. They're not... You can spot unauthentic pretty quickly by asking a follow-up question. So, yeah. If they say they enjoyed doing... The amount of people... I'm sick of seeing people say they've got a love of fishing and camping. Their solo activities, can you actually include something that's joint? Or, hey there, as a message. It's like, I wrote my profile. That's why I got offline. It was like, ugh. No, I've been fishing, Scorpio, but I'd go fishing with someone. I'd even gut the fish. But it's like, no, do something. Yeah, you enjoy fishing and camping. Good on you. You're not telling me anything about yourself just by telling... You enjoy time alone? You like fishing and camping? How long have you been alone? Do you know what I mean? It's like... Of course I'd go fishing. Camping, not so much. But it's just telling me this person spent way too much time getting their own way or way too much time by themselves. And I'll say Kat. Welcome in for the first time. You can let me know what you prefer to be called once we get into it. But Blue Moss Dragonette, you are up. I'll put the list up just so I know. Scorpio Darkness, someone would have to get to know me to know why camping would not be a good activity. I have mentioned it in my streams before, so it's no secret. I frequently require the use of a wheelchair. And even when I don't, I walk with a walking aid. So camping is not ideal. It's not, and I agree, it can be romantic for the right person, but you've got to find out. Yeah, see, I'm not just my chair. I'm not just my walking aids. I'm a deep person. And things I've done in the past, yeah, I would have gone camping in the past. I was equally comfortable camping as what I was at a 5-star restaurant. But at the same time, it's like you've got to find out about the person first. And without that curiosity, what is dating? It's like a hookup thing. I can pretty much see hookup energy first date. Because if they have no questions about me whatsoever, they're just thinking of dipping their wick in. Excuse that for those that are a bit sensitive. Okay, Blue Moss Dragonette, you are up. And Blue Moss Dragonette was one of my very first mods. Yeah, Scorpio, I tell it like it is. The reality of the world is hushed because of political correctness, I think, now. And that's why we have players in this world. Is because, and that's why players and toxic people tend to get with others quicker than the genuine people. Because they're only mirroring what the YouTube videos tell them to do. There you go, Kingmaker. That's an answer for you. They're only mirroring what the YouTube videos tell them to do. They're not being their authentic selves. And like being authentic means having flaws. No human is perfect. Kat, thank you for the stretch. Oh. Kingmaker, I love that. Thank you for the hydrate, Scorpio. I got coffee now. And I'm going to put the list up because it's not often that Blue Moss drifts away from keyboard, so I'm not going to remove. Dana, it would be you. Oh, I needed that coffee. And thank you for the laugh, Kingmaker. I needed that today more than you will ever know. More than you will ever know. Okay, and Blue Moss Dragonette is still there, believe it or not. So it's not very often they get called away from keyboard. Okay, let's see if I can... Okay, settings. Okay. Now, let's see if I can do something. I'm just playing around with it, and not like Hey TC where you could all see it on screen. I'm not that good, but we'll get there. Okay. There we go. Scorpio, you've now been modded in my stream. So, thank you for all your help, and you do get moderator privileges, which is extra cards, extra read time, etc. But Dana, if you type another thing in, you'll see you've got the mod logo beside you. You've earned it. There you go. You've earned it. And, yeah, Dana doesn't seem to be there either. And it's so unusual. Oh, there you are, Dana. There you go. I was going to say, it's so unusual for my regulars to not be at keyboard. But here we go. Now, okay, Dana, can you understand? I feel like you may have made a change to your relationship status. You're looking to have fun. You're stepping out as a single person now. And we were just talking about this. Yeah, I feel as if you're doing it. I'm sorry, Dana, I can't change the energy I'm getting. It's like I've got the full Six of Wands. I've got success in singledom. And it's like you would rather that than be tied to somebody that doesn't appreciate you. I feel as if you may be a little bit angry at yourself because you didn't see it. And I want to say, it's easy to be angry at ourselves for not seeing something when we were so damn busy with work. Trust me, I've done it. Even now, my life, I only stream once a week because my life is packed. So stop putting yourself down. First thing you need to do, stop that negative self-talk. And I feel as if there might be someone in your, not that you're quite ready for it at the moment, but I feel as if there is somebody in your aura who is prepared to come forward now. And they're solid. There you go. That is gorgeous. I love this Queen of Cups because to me it is like I'm taking back charge and I'm doing it in a way where I am valued. Now, for those of you new to the stream, I see the Queen of Cups. Whenever I see queens, it's the person I'm reading for. It's not gender specific. Queens are the person I'm reading for. But I feel as if the person, and you missed a lot because you were working so hard, but the person you were with convinced you that there was no other choice. And it's like you're trying to escape that thinking at the moment. You're going to succeed in escaping it, by the way. And you'll find within the next week or two that you will actually stand up and say, no, that's not how it's going. Okay. Yeah. You're determined to change because you see that you can shine your light even if you're by yourself. So this person has no hold on you anymore. Yeah. It's like they've done enough damage, let them go. Wheel of Fortune. I like this bottom row. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, I really do feel as if there is someone in your current energy who is willing to come forward. And I want to say they're actually quite on par with your intelligence level. They're equal to you in the intelligence sector. And the Page of Cups, they're willing to offer you something that is stable. And Dana, can I be frank? As in blunt? I feel as if you've wanted the traditional marriage. Whoever is in your energy sphere is willing to offer you that traditional marriage. The Hierophant came out after the Page of Cups. Whoever is in your energy sphere that I'm picking up on is willing to offer you that traditional marriage situation. And I do know there are people out there who do not want marriage now. That's why I always ask if I can be frank. But I'm one of those people, and at 58, I've never been married. May shock some people, but I never have been. But I still want it. My desire hasn't changed. And I feel, Dana, as if you're sick of the excuses you've been given by the current person. Yeah, I get they're wanting to keep you stuck, and I feel like they've been saying things. The devil is at the bottom of the deck. I feel as if they've been saying things to reinforce the negativity they were splurting. To make you doubt yourself. I feel as if it's the person you're trying to break away from. I feel as if they're just reinforcing all of the stuck energy. And they may be doing things at the moment. And Kingmaker asked me before, what's a YouTube thing? Ringing you, asking you if you need anything at the supermarket. That's a YouTube thing. It's like, unless you know the person and really well, I'm a list shopper. If it ain't on the list, it doesn't go in the cart. So somebody ringing me from the grocery store saying, is there anything that you need? Can I get it for you? Is pointless. Because they obviously don't know me. They don't know that I'm a list shopper. If it's not on the list, it doesn't go in the cart. Including, and this is something bizarre, but I had help going shopping the other day because I needed some heavy stuff. And they were shocked that even on my list, I actually had sweet muffins. Like chocolate chip muffins. I wrote chocolate chip muffins on my shopping list. And it's sort of like, they said to me, oh, but that's something that you just throw in your cart because you passed it and thought it'd be nice. It's like, nah, I even put my treats on a list. And so, yeah, somebody ringing me, but I feel as if your person may have done that. No, I was just letting you know, Kingmaker, that it's sort of like that's a typical YouTube act. Everybody that does relationships on YouTube is saying, they're genuine if they call you from the supermarket and say, do you need anything? And it's like, someone does that to me and I'm like, you don't know who I am at all. And seriously, everybody is different. Some people are partial list shoppers. I've actually had friends say, like this is, just say we've left a restaurant, for example, and it's sort of like 11 p.m. and they don't want to go to the supermarket, but they're dropping me off at home. And they'll even say to me, can I take a UHT milk with me because I don't have milk at home? They know I'm such a prepper and I'm prepared for weeks without having to go to the supermarket that I will have UHT in the cupboard. UHT milk in the cupboard. Including for my vegan friends, I have almond milk. So they know, my friends know all of this about me. So for a potential date to ring me from the supermarket and say, do you need anything? I'm at the supermarket. Can I pick you up something? It's YouTube foreplay. YouTube foreplay. But anyway, Dana, I feel as if you're starting to see your own value, but this person is trying to entrap you into what you're used to. And they're not giving any extra. It's like they may have done a few different acts, but what I want to say is they're YouTube acts. And yes, I do run dating classes. So it's mainly for people that are too nervous to get off the apps. Thank you, Dana. But that's what I have for you. But I do get, underneath the devil, you've got the star. So you've got success. This person's just trying to keep you trapped. You've got the star and the 6 of wands. So there's success. No, you don't want to watch more YouTube. Seriously, it's got worse since AI came into it. And yes, if you're male and are looking to improve your skill at approaching people, there's an Aussie, I think his name's Dan Bacon, or he's known as Dan Bacon on YouTube. He's an Aussie and lives not far from where I do. I would recommend Dan Bacon if you are male. If you are female, I would recommend someone from Chicago, and the YouTube channel name is Coffee with Kerry. Karey. So Coffee with Kerry. And they don't come out with they do come out with pickup lines and, things that you can turn into a pickup line. But they're more about meeting people in real life and how do I interact with them. Seriously, Kingmaker. I've got to have a dating stream, I swear, because the dating dating in the real world, which is some of the classes I run, are booked out in real life. You're welcome, Dana. No, I don't do... I've been thinking of taking a friend of mine to speed dating. We were talking about that the other day. So, Scorpio, you may be onto something there. But, no, these are people that rely too heavily on... Always appreciated, Dana, thank you. But people that rely too heavily on apps like Tinder, Bumble, Hinge... Those kind of apps. And there are people that social anxiety is real. I've always said that. It is real. Everybody suffers from it to varying degrees. But the classes I run are to remove that social anxiety and get people talking to one another. And it's one of the things that is holding society back. You may have noticed I have very little issue talking to other people and being real to myself. Oh, don't talk about strip clubs, Scorpio. I used to work at one, and that's real. As in Australia, we would say fair income. And a lot of younger Australians don't even understand that fair income. It means I'm not lying, it's actually real. No, I wasn't a stripper, I was a bouncer. Until I got felt up one too many times and then I left. But I was security. So, yes, and I knew the owner of a strip club and they said, can you come and be our door person for us? And I did. The strippers were all great. The customers were a problem, but the strippers were all great. They didn't mind having a female person looking after them. And, yeah. So that's how it goes. And I'm losing my voice a bit. I'm going to have some coffee. Blue Moss, Dragonette, you are up. And Janine, just let me know when you get back. You didn't see it coming, did you, Kingmaker? Well, I think I did post a story. I posted a story about a fire bug that was in the street that burned down a house. And it was right outside my bedroom window. In that same week, some nufter tried to break into my house. Did they get in? I might need a wheelchair. I might walk with a walking aid. But once you come across Karen, nah, you're not getting in. And they tried to get into my meditation room. And I can actually see where they tried to lift the fly wire. And it's like, you think you're coming in? Just try it. Come on. Come on, right here. Just try it. I'm tougher than I look. I'm an old softy inside, but it's how it goes. Now. Okay. Who's been waiting for a read or waiting to get into the queue? And Blue Moss Dragonette seems to have dropped off. So, I know, Blue Moss Dragonette's back. You have Wonderosity. Okay. We'll do your reading now. How's that? My guide knew that it wasn't going to be Blue Moss Dragonette. I can tell you that. Wonderosity, you've been... Okay, come on. Can I ask, you're actually looking to purchase something and it's, I want to say it's like an IKEA thing, you know, where you got to put it together. Oh, I've got a pole in the center of my meditation room as well, Scorpio. Joke. I had to put the joke at the end because I used to have a pole in the middle of my lounge room. Okay. Wonderosity, you're not shopping for something that needs putting together? Then I need to say you're looking at getting something fixed and it's mechanical. Because the tools I'm seeing are like an Allen key, a ratchet. I'm seeing tools. Something needs to be put together or fixed. Just let me know if that resonates, Wonderosity. Oh, I like sage green, Kingmaker. Okay. Wonderosity, the weirdest thing just hit me then because I know here in Australia there are people, I forget the app now. Taskmaster is the app here in Australia. Or Airtasker. That might be more worldwide. Where people who can put IKEA furniture together are actually advertising their services. Because all of the other retail stores are doing the same thing. They're selling, you know, put it together things. It might be a side hustle for you. Because I feel as if you feel your dream slipping away. And my guide said turn over the cards. Okay. Turn over the cards. Yeah. I feel as if, yeah, I get the feeling you feel your dream is slipping away. And it's unfair. So, yes. 8 of Pentacles. A side hustle like putting things together. If you love putting things together, try Airtasker. Because the ones that can do the IKEA stuff are, seriously, side hustle is a bit of a joke. Oh, Kingmaker, you have sweet dreams. And I feel you've got the time up your sleeve to do a side hustle, Wonderosity. Wheel of Fortune. Things are going to start moving in your favour. But it takes action on your part. You were hoping for a love reading. Wonderosity, I'm not saying it is there. I'm just picking up the hope for one. But I feel as if your dream of home has slipped away. And there's a way to get it. It's like all of these, I can feel your pain. Don't get me wrong, I'm feeling your pain, but there's a way through it. Yeah, I feel as if home life has not been ideal. 2 of Cups. You didn't just exit something, did you, Wonderosity? I have to ask that question. I don't usually ask questions, by the way, so... I'm just trying to work out why the 2 of Cups... You did. Okay. Because I'm getting swords. I'm getting like I can't see clearly. Okay, I need to see what else is coming. Yeah. I get that from the cards, I get it's hard to have fun when you're alone. Seven of Pentacles. Hard work's going to see your dreams come true. I can tell you that now. But you're King of Wands. You're going to have to take action towards it. I get a very materialistic outlook on life. I don't know whether that's because of the separation or whether that's because of current circumstances. Sorry, I just had to check that it wasn't an important one. And it started to get really stormy here, so I got to keep an eye out for the clouds. Okay. But I feel as if home is vital. You want home to be stable. You don't want to have to move again. Yeah. I feel you can make home stable. There's a side hustle open to you by putting things together, and I feel like you've got the Allen keys, you've got the ratchet, you've got the tools to be able to do it. I'm hopeless at it, trust me. I've done it, but it's taken me days. Okay, my phone's going off like crazy, and yeah, look into it. As I said, it was Taskmaster is one of the ones I know of. Airtasker is the other one. I know someone that went to a full-time gig under Airtasker putting furniture together. And they now work for themselves and just put furniture together. Airtasker's the one I think that's linked to Apple. You know how apps have different names if you're Apple or Android? Airtasker's the one that comes to mind. And I do know someone that made it their full-time gig. As in their full-time occupation. And seriously, if you do go out and have a look at furniture now, to get non-modular furniture is difficult. My mum, 23 years older than me, bought a couch. And it's a fancy couch, don't get me wrong, it's gorgeous. But the couch was modular. So it had all these ports where you could plug in phones and devices and things like that built within the couch. But the couch itself was modular. Whereas back in the day, you'd just order a couch and get the couch delivered, put it where you wanted and done. But now things are modular, so they need putting together. Temperance. You're going to turn magic. And I feel that's in all areas of your life. I feel like you've been actively seeking a new partner. But you've been actively seeking how to make home stable as well. And okay. Wonderosity, you may be able to help me out with this. My guide is showing me Queensland in Australia. Queensland. Okay, that's okay. Can you understand Queensland? My guide is showing me Queensland for some bizarre reason. Okay, just keep it in mind. I see Queensland's known for its surf beaches. It's known for the Great Barrier Reef. So this could be a reef situation near where you live. Um, I'm uncertain as to why it's being shown, so I'm trying to get my guide to tell me why. And it's a good thing you're not rushing to seek a new partner. I would have actually said I think it's going to take time. But there's a way out of hermit mode. I see that. And who's the Libra person you've had to deal with? Who's the Libra person? I know we're coming up to Libra season, but who's the Libra person you've had to deal with? I feel as though they may have made things difficult or more difficult than what they needed to be. Okay. This could be family member. Okie dokie. Then I'm looking at an October birthday here. I can't change what my guide showed me there, Wonderosity, so I'm just going to have to leave it with you. And you can come back and give me feedback when you've had time to process it. You think about it, but I have to go October birthday is what I got. You may not be celebrating the birthday. Okie doke. Now, I think it is Blue Moss Dragonette or Janine. Either one of you. Okay, Janine's still having computer issues. Blue Moss Dragonette. I know who drifts away from stream and who doesn't, so I might actually take this opportunity to go for a walk before it starts raining here, because if only you guys could see how black it was outside. It's dark clouds. So I might take the opportunity to go for my regular walk and I will be back. If Blue Moss Dragonet pops up, please just let Blue Moss Dragonet know I definitely next. But I'll be back as soon as I can. And there are still 3 spaces in the queue. So if you've been wanting to join the queue, now's the time. And good night, Wonderosity. Sorry I missed that. Oh, you're there, Janine. Okay, you are next then. Yeah. Whew. It has got freezing cold again here in Australia, or Melbourne, where I am. And yet we had a 22-degree night at midnight. It was 22 degrees, and now it's dropped. And I'm talking Celsius here for those who still use Fahrenheit. Okay. Janine, I've got a bit of confusion going on. Can you understand that confusion? It's like I don't know which way to turn now. And I feel as if it may have been something happened that required you to use all your strength. I feel it's drained all your strength. Page of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. This is good for a love reading, but I need to lay out all the cards. Strength. Justice. I feel this may be a situation that has re-emerged. Like someone that's come back from the past. Just let me know if you can resonate with someone who's come back from the past. I feel they may have actually changed or transformed. Okay. Then I have to say it is someone that is either younger than you or less stable financially than you. You're not sure whether to accept them or not. Sorry, I can't help but pick up that this person may have been around before. Sun. The only thing that tells me maybe not is the Page of Cups. But it's like there's no clear resolution from the past. That's okay if it's a new one. As I said, the Page of Cups is there. That's what indicates to me it could be a new one, but everything else is getting... I need to gather all of my strength to be able to accept this person. I feel as if there's still unresolved situation from a past person. There may be a new person in, however, there's unresolved from the past. And I'm just going to stop there because I just heard something outside and I need to make sure it's okay. sorry about that, Janine. It was just storm coming in. Yeah, it could be a new person coming in, but I feel as if there's unresolved issues from a past person. Well, you've got 3 pages in the read. Page of Swords, Page of Wands, Page of Cups to start it off with. But if this is a new person, I feel they're not settled yet. I'm not one for waiting for somebody to reach out. If you're interested, let them know. That might be the confusion I'm picking up on. Is that they're unsure whether you're interested or whether you already have someone. Yeah. You've got the Sun and Empress energy with Justice. So you may be self-protecting. Because if this person has not reached out, it might need you to put up a green flag. There you go. They're unsure whether you're already in a situation. I feel you have some in-depth conversations with this person. Deep and meaningfuls is what's coming to mind. So really philosophical conversations here. But you need to actually let them know that you're interested. I do not feel they're going to make any sort of move unless you let them know that you're interested. I do feel that financially they'd rather be in a better position. I feel they may be younger than you. Doesn't have to be by much, but just younger. Two years older. Okay. Janine, while you were away from keyboard, we were having this discussion where I was actually somebody lied to me about their age. And ever since that happened, I've always made sure in Australia we have month and year on the back of our driver's license in terms of when we were born. And I always make sure that the person, if I'm meeting them for the first time, that I actually see the back of their driver's license, because I don't want to be lied to about age again. You know, if you're looking at long term, you're going to find out. Why lie about your age? And I don't know why I told that story, so it's interesting. I do feel as if they may be doing well, but what are they basing that well on? Yeah. I feel as if you need to let this person know you're interested. They're a bit reserved. That's probably why I'm picking up younger. It's probably why I'm picking up younger. Oh, they've got opinions, and I need to say they're very traditional opinions. That's okay, Blue Moss Dragonette. You're still in the queue. I'll show you. See, I know who. Yeah, I get more than old school. I get and it's I do have friends that think this way. Um, there are some out there that do not want their partner to work, for example. And if I didn't have friends who weren't misogynistic or anything like that, I wouldn't believe these people still existed. And yet they do. So, and I do feel you've had conversations around that topic or that type of old school thinking. And for some reason, I feel as if, yeah, the world does still have trash people. I agree with that. But we need to be curious about people. If we're curious about people, then we can find out more about them as an individual. They may have such opinions, Janine, but I'm not certain of it. That's what I said. I get a youthful energy, somebody that's not confident in expressing exactly their individuality. I would say meet in person as often as you can. Oh, shush. Meet in person as often as you can. I feel like you have not laid eyes on this person. You might have through the videos. Okay, that's good. Because just remember, you can communicate with someone, but until you actually meet in person, you don't know who they are. And, yeah. You don't know what they stand for either, because they can horse-drawn portrait, welcome in, and sorry, I forgot to give a newbie a welcome. So here, welcome in. So I wouldn't rush things until the face-to-face meet. Seriously, I've met people, yes, I do online stuff, but I've met people in person and they think I look different when I meet them in person. I've done FaceTime with people and they still meet me in person and think I'm different. So there is something to the aura that... And I had this discussion. I had a new photo taken for my public speaking stuff. And I had 3 different people try and take the photo. And they all said, it doesn't look like you. And I said, I know, I take a horrible photo. Yeah. But your first meeting should be considered your first date, if that makes any sense at all. Yes, I know people talk online now without meeting. That's nothing unusual. But first meeting should be first date. Just remember, as Sahib said, there are people out there that are just rotten, and we don't assume that everyone we meet is that way. Of course not. But for self-protection, I would be like, this person knows nothing about me. They don't know my address. They don't know who my friends are. They don't know, still have your backup call. Yes, but that, Janine, doesn't that in some way, it's a safety barrier. 650 kilometres away is a safety barrier. In Australia, we would actually drive that to meet with a person. But we're so spread out. I've actually driven further than that to meet someone. So, and until I meet them in person, all the online chit-chat is for is to arrange a first meet. Because otherwise we can be lulled into that safety. Booked your tickets already, so you're planning to fly. See, 650 kilometres is nothing. No, you can have your deep convos. Just keep yourself aware that you do not know this person. It's self-protection. Because at the moment, they're safe. If they're 650 kilometres away, you're thinking they're safe. And why? Distance? Distance has got nothing. Believe it or not, I had an ex follow me 400 kilometres. I went and visited a friend who's 400 kilometres away. And I had an ex follow me the whole way. And they knew I had friends in the area, so I don't even know, once I took the turn off, I don't even know why they continued to follow me, but they did. But that's a whole nother story. See, even people we know can do crappy things. So strangers, we still have to have our little precautionary things up. And hopefully that makes sense to you, because I got this confusion here. I'm not picking up much more than that. So wait as long as you can until you meet. I know the excitement, you can try and make yourself available to the person in the excitement. However, making yourself unavailable can also indicate that you do have a life outside of your communication with this person. Because we don't know if they're taking that for granted as well. Just because we seem to be online at the same time, are they always online? See all the questions? There's more questions than answers, Janine. More questions than answers. And my guide wouldn't have shown me the distance of safety unless I'd actually done it. I remember I was chatting to somebody in the US, and to me that's distance is safety. And so they knew things about me that not many people did, and all of this sort of stuff. But I was in a place, safety as in they can't turn up at your door. But when I was communicating with someone in the US, we were chatting regularly. And we always seemed to be online at the same time. And yes, it was a person in the US. Thank you, Star, for the hydrate. It was a person in the US. And Am I still in communication with them? Yes. But I realized they were dominating my time for no commitment. And unfortunately, there are people in this world that won't even see your giving of your time as being a kindness. They will assume that it just suits you both. When in actual fact, you're probably putting yourself out to be online at the same time as this person. But anyway, Blue Moss Dragonette, that makes you next. Yeah, see, make someone wait. Okay. What oracle would you like, Janine? I've got Energy and Spirit, Magic of Unicorns, Law of Positivism, Sign of the Times, Vintage Wisdom, and 13th Oracle. Vintage Wisdom. Will you be busy too? If someone's saying they're always busy, is messaging them back as soon as you can, prioritizing them without a cause for priority? That's what I'm trying to get at. But we'll see what Victoria Mosley has with the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. And let's see. Whew. My guide said one more and then shuffle. One more fan, then shuffle to draw the card. Okay, here we go. No, it's the reason, it's not advice, Janine. It was the reason I was picking up such disconnect in the cards. There was just too much. There we go. That was quick. Celebration. Okay, now, remember, oracles don't always have to be what they're titled. I'm just letting you know in advance, in case you got excited about me saying celebration. Because I feel like this is self-preparedness for some reason. There is a cause for celebration. And this is a special moment for the beautiful girl as she dances in sheer delight. In one hand, she holds a golden goblet. In the other, a ball of starlight. Her gown and headdress are adorned with fragrant blooms, and butterflies frolic around her as if to join in the happiness. Candles in the foreground add to the mood of rejoicing and symbolize the spiritual presence of light and illumination. There will be many good reasons for joy without need for any formal occasion or the use of a calendar. I feel I'm picking up on your energy. You're excited, and so you're prioritizing someone that hasn't earned the priority. But anyway, I'll go on with Victoria Mosley. Celebration can be a type of harvest, reaping the rewards of effort, marking time or good news, memory of a loved one, birth of a new life or project, fruition of a long-held dream. It can take many forms. To those who are caught in the addictive chase of leading a life based on projected future happiness, perhaps now is a good time to simply give thanks for the perfection of all that is today, in the present moment. By reflecting on how your good and bad choices have led you to this point, hindsight can reveal the ways you have been guided and shaped by unseen forces, which help enrich your understanding of life. These are real triumphs of lasting value that we need with us to the next life, and are worthy of great celebration. To those who are enduring difficult times, where there seems little hope of change, the message of this card beckons you to actively seek joy and celebration, regardless of circumstance. You will be forever wealthy if you can learn to celebrate the simplest things in life. In the wise words of Oprah Winfrey, the more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is of life to celebrate. And I feel as if the cards picked up on your energy. So, yeah, it's like there's joy, but what is the basis of it? But it's always good to have some happiness, whether it leads anywhere or not. It is happiness. I never say if you're happy. There was an old song my grandmother and mother used to sing. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. And just before I started this stream, I was listening to Pharrell Williams. Happy. So there is something about happiness that can lead us in directions, as long as we don't fixate on the outcome. Just happiness can lead us in directions that go wherever the universe sends us. And hopefully that makes sense, Janine. Yeah, so happiness, sometimes the universe just gives us a little carrot of happiness to lift our spirits and make us joyful, just so we can be grateful for what we do have. But fixating on an outcome at this stage, I would say nah, particularly considering if someone desires you and yet they don't make time for you to have a voice chat, a FaceTime or video chat, then are they really prioritizing you the way you're prioritizing them? Just sit with that and think on it, Janine. And hopefully it all works out in the end. But Blue Moss Dragonette, you are up. And that's what I needed for Blue Moss Dragonette. Okay. Yeah, just, as I said, just remember you haven't had a first date until you've met in person. And I know chatting online can sometimes mean that you build a connection with somebody, but it's not until you meet in person that you see their aura. Blue Moss Dragonette, I have to show you this. I split the deck to shuffle it, and I've got the Ace of Cups and the Star. I feel as if there is overflowing joy. I feel as if there is someone who is committed to making things work. They might not be very good at it, but they're committed to it. Just let me know if you can resonate with it. There you go. I feel something's been made official. I picked up the cards, and as soon as I picked up the cards, that's what I had, was someone's committed to making things official. And star at the bottom of the deck. So, okay, let's see. Practice makes perfect. You feel as if you've walked away and taught lessons and yeah. Can you understand that? You've walked away, taught lessons, and I get it coming together. I've got the Empress and the Queen of Swords here. So, but you're fearful of heartache. You're fearful that the walking away, teaching of lessons, you're feeling like the lessons haven't been learnt. They've been learnt in the moment, but not learnt long term. And so there's a fear of heartache. But I also get a celebration of happiness. 3 of Cups, 9 of Cups. Yeah. Get out of your head. And I want to say, start using the boss finger energy. Because I feel as if you've got someone who wants to prove to you that they're worthy. And it's like, you gotta, no way are you doing that again. I've already walked away. You do it again, I walk away for good. And to me, that would be enough to change this person. Because it's like, yeah, it's like finger energy is what I'm getting. I point the finger. Unfortunately, at times, when we connect with somebody, you're working together now though. I've got the Chariot here, working together. I feel as if there is some group where the two of you are working together. There you go. Is it a Bible study group? Or a religious social group? I feel like there's a religious connection somehow to this. And you're teaming up. You don't want to base it on this teaming up though. Yeah. It's almost like a feeling of neglecting your spirituality. Religious social. Can you understand where you feel you're neglecting your own spiritual journey? Or your own spiritual journey isn't respected? Take it how it resonates. But you're supporting them, and I see it as being a good thing. The working together as being a good thing. And I've had this discussion with people of many different faiths. Most faiths are built on the premise of Melody, welcome in. Most faiths are built on the premise of giving love. It's only when the faith becomes radical that changes. And as I said, you've still got the star on the bottom of the deck. I see it working out, Blue Moss Dragonette. I do see it working out. And as I said, start with the finger pointing. And you might have to do it for the rest of the situation, but sometimes people need more reminding than what we think. And just remember, if you are a couple, you are two individuals. So you may not have the same core values, or if you do, you may apply them differently. So just remember that to continue being a couple, we need to adjust and correct constantly. But stop fearing the heartache. I feel as if it's unfounded. But having said that, I've been in situations where I've felt it was unfounded and only to be slapped in the face. But to love is to risk hurt. Just remember that, everybody. To love is to risk hurt. But if we don't risk, we don't get the rewards. Yeah, you want the same thing but have different approaches. It's the same as all faiths. All faiths want the same thing, but they approach it differently. But I feel as if, Blue Moss Dragonette, I feel as if your finger, you just wagging your finger saying, oh, no, you don't, is enough to straighten this person out. Okay, I get it. My guide just said, but you wish they would remember of their own accord. I get it. I get it. Okay. Yeah. My guide interrupted and said that, but Sahib, you are up next. I've had a busy day today. Okay, not that one. That one. Now, Sahib, you're a newbie in my stream. I tune into your energy first. So a yes/no response is okay. I feel as if you're feeling powerless at the moment. I tune into your energy first. A general idea of life, that'd be a 2-hour reading for me. So just let me tune into your energy first. Yes, no is okay. I feel as if you're feeling powerless. You're wanting to help somebody, but you're feeling powerless. Can you understand that, Sahib? Just a yes or a no? Okay. I feel as though this person you're feeling powerless with, it also has something to do with a partner. A partner or a child. 4 of Wands. Powerless about yourself. Can you understand of needing a rest? I feel as if I've worked and I need a rest. Yeah, there's success, but success has come at a burden for you. You're feeling as if you don't get that rest, you will implode on yourself. You've got a good heart. You need some fun and laughter. Yeah. Three of Cups, Eight of Cups. You need some fun and laughter. And I feel as if there may be a social exclusion to that. There's an exception though. Within your circle there's an exception, but I feel as if it crosses a boundary. You need some self-care, if that makes any sense. Fun, laughter. But I feel for you, there is someone that would give you that relax, but it crosses a boundary. It's almost like the person that can give you that yeah. There you go. I know you're a loyal person. I know you're doing the right thing, but you need to do the right thing for yourself as well. So try and squeeze in some time there to do the right thing by yourself or for yourself. Because I feel as if the burden could actually crush you. And hopefully that does resonate with you, Sahib. You take on a lot. It's like when you take on so much stress and you don't let it out, the stress can actually harm you. Well, I'm glad it resonated for you, Sahib. I feel as if I can tell you how I'm being impressed with this. I feel as if career-wise, you're loyal career-wise, but there's a grey area. It's almost like there might even be a client that you get along with, but because it's not done to socialize with clients, your resonance with a client means that you can't do the friendship thing. That's how it's being presented to me. And hopefully it does resonate with you, and hopefully you've followed. And I feel, Sahib, keep going, but remember to have fun. Just remember to have fun. One of the things that I do career-wise, I do know Amazon still have it. It's by Philip Garside, an Australian author and specialist in recruitment. This isn't the current one, but there is a current one on Amazon, and it's called The Secrets to Getting a Job. And it's even got handling tricky questions, knowing your strengths, building your confidence, show yourself at your best, writing application letters and killer resumes or CVs. So I often recommend it. It is an Australian author, but it is pretty much worldwide. It addresses a lot of issues, and it's not a thick book. It's not a thick book at all. So if you want to secure the job that you desire, give it a read. It helps. Okay, now I just have to make sure I've closed the queue. Yes, I closed it. Good. Because I need to do self-care as well. I'm not sure whether there is an ebook version, but I do know it is on Amazon. So I do know that it is on Amazon. Horse-drawn Portrait, you are up. And Horse-drawn Portrait missed most of the fun because it was like mega packed when I started streaming today. It was like mega. And I feel I may have lost Horse-drawn Portrait. It was like fastest finger first to join the queue and all of that sort of stuff. Oh, you did. Oh, thank you, Horse-drawn Portrait. Yeah, it was like a rush to join the queue. It was a full-on chit-chat about all different stuff, and your energy isn't unbearable, Sahib. No, Taco. Not that. Horse-drawn Portrait has actually got really good energy for me today, and I feel as if mindset is changing. And it's more about the narrow-mindedness that surrounds you at the moment. And yet you're trying to keep it happy. Can you understand that, Horse-drawn Portrait? You're trying to keep the negative mindset from invading your space. There we go. And you're doing it successfully. That's why I got Empress. Major Arcana, 3 in a row. This is you're concerned about not being able to speak up about certain things that you are passionate about. You're wanting people to... I keep getting that song, Living in Harmony. I'd like to teach the world to sing and live in harmony. And you're realizing that it's just not possible at the moment, but you're surrounding yourself with harmonious people. Here we go. 6 of Cups. I feel as if there's heartbreak, but expressing the heartbreak Can you understand feeling stabbed in the back by someone you trusted over an external issue? Over an issue external to the trust built. And we all have different opinions, let's face it. Yeah, I'd like people to live in harmony as well. And I've got the sigh. But I feel someone's broken your trust. I feel it's more recent. Don't worry, the 10 of Cups is there. It's just protecting current energy at the moment. I feel it's more recent. And it's almost like I've returned to being a bit reserved about how I express myself. and this is you, horse-drawn portrait, you've started being a little bit more reserved on how you express yourself. I want to say it's a temporary thing. You'd like to tackle it head on, but you realise it's too big. Okay, now I'm trying to read here. There's something about community. I don't know whether you're part of a community garden or part of a community centre. I'm part of a community centre, 2 of them, but it's not near where I live, but I'm still part of them. It's like I'm part of a community group, but I can't be myself. Yeah, and you've gone back in. You've gone back inward, but I feel like it's self-protection. And I feel like it's only temporary. Yeah. As I said, I feel like you've just gone within temporarily. And I want to say good on you, because it's reading what's happening in the community, not poking the bear, but still being involved in the community. And I love it that we can give the community something and not have to define ourselves. That's what